Greetings, everyone, and welcome to another Fright Night Friday horror movie review. Today we'll be having a bit of a family reunion and a bloody massacre. Because you're next. Today, on the Multimedia Chronicles Fright Night Friday. Welcome back. I'd just like to start off by saying this movie is way better than it deserves to be. This was a very pleasant surprise, I have to say. I hadn't really heard very much about it other than a few people recommended it to me and said, yeah, you should check it out, it's pretty good. And that's really all I had to go on. So I went into this totally cold. I watched it with some of the boys. Skin Slip had seen it before. Stowman had seen it before. I also watched it with Bluto1992, who had not seen it before, and of course I had not seen it before. So Stoudman and Skinslip were just waiting to see our reactions, probably watching us more than the movie. But for Bluto and I, it was a totally new experience and a very entertaining one, I have to say. Yeah, so essentially what we have here is a good old-fashioned home invasion movie with a twist. Actually, a few twists. And that's one of the fun things about this movie, actually, is it really keeps you guessing throughout and takes a lot of turns that you just cannot see coming. And I think that's one of the reasons it works so well is because it keeps you on your toes. I mean, how often do we see a movie, kind of in this genre that is not predictable? When you get closer to the end, you might figure a few things out, but for the most part, I mean, it keeps you guessing, and there's just no way you can see some of these twists coming. But when they do, they make perfect sense. It actually is very, very well structured. It's also a very good-looking film. I was really struck by just how beautiful the cinematography is in this. I mean, it's really, really well shot. But when it came out, they had kind of a cool marketing campaign for it. I'll show you here. There was a series of posters, sort of viral posters that were put out with kind of surreal images of stuff from the movie and characters from the movie. And yeah, see, you notice? Do you notice what's going on there? Yeah. Well, here. Look at them all together in a very specific order and see if you can figure out the pattern. Pretty cool, eh? Yeah, that's a ton of posters. But, yeah, cool idea. I like it when movies do stuff like that. So we start off essentially with a good old-fashioned family reunion at the old homestead. Lots of relatives, brothers and sisters, and I think there were some cousins, and I can't remember actually all the relations, but and then of course ones who were in the family by marriage, all getting together and quickly realizing why they haven't had a family gathering like that in a long time, because the vast majority of them all hate each other and don't get along very well at all. So they're all sitting around dinner, and a couple of the brothers get into a blazing row with each other, and just one's judging the other's life choices, and the other's like, fuck you, and it's just it gets really escalated really quickly. Now, no, the family doesn't all start immediately murdering each other. That's not how this works. No. What happens is suddenly there's an arrow goes through the window and kills one of them, just like out of nowhere. And then from that moment on, the tension just gets ratcheted higher and higher and higher, because it becomes immediately apparent that for whatever reason, they are all being hunted. There is someone out there hunting them and wanting to get in. And then they also discover that there is someone actually in the house that's been hiding there for the whole time. They find like water bottles and bottles of urine in a closet. So this guy's been hiding in there for who knows how many days, waiting for the moment to come out and start killing everybody. So yeah, so basically it turns out that there's 3 killers. So the killers are very much unknown. They've all hidden their faces with these creepy animal masks. And yeah, and they're basically just trying to get in and kill everybody. What they didn't count on, however, is one of the wives is a bit of a survivalist and quite adept at killing people. Something no one in the family knew, not even her fiance. So, yeah, so then she becomes, it's basically a good old-fashioned, strong heroine, struggling to survive and try to save whoever she can along the way. And it's just so much fun, to be honest. It's also very tongue-in-cheek. I mean, the way I describe it, it probably sounds very dark and intense and such, but it's actually very tongue-in-cheek. There's a lot of dark humor in it, and but there's also a lot of really genuine edge-of-your-seat tension in it. Also, if you're a gorehound, you will not be disappointed, because some of the kills in this are extremely gruesome. So, enjoy. There is buckets of blood to be had here, and some very creative kills too, might I add. I mean, you gotta admire some creativity in bloody murder. So, yeah, so you're bound to enjoy that. Yeah, and it's honestly, I don't know what more I can say other than just gushing about it. It was just so damn good. And I don't want to say too much about it in case you haven't seen it. I basically just told you the premise. The thing that's cool about it is it gets into the action right away. I mean, you're there to see the massacre and who's gonna live, who's gonna die, and stuff like that. You want the mayhem to begin, and it does. It doesn't take very long to get into it at all. It's maybe 15-20 minutes into the movie, and but not even that long. I don't think it seemed to get into it really quickly. I mean, but it as I say, it's structured so well. I mean, normally with these types of movies, they spend so long with the intro where you're just hanging out with the characters and getting to know them, so you'll feel really bad when they get killed. But this one conveys all of the information that you need about all these characters and the dynamics between them, and who likes who hates who everybody is, and what their relation to each other is. All of that information is conveyed very quickly, very efficiently, and you know everything you need to know by the time that first arrow comes flying through the window and kills the first guy. So, great. It's incredibly efficient and gets to what you're there for and what you want to see very quickly, without skimping on any information. I mean, you literally have everything you need. There is no need to drag those scenes out any further because you have all the information you need. So let's just get to the mayhem. And it's great. It does what it says on the tin. But yeah, one of the things that makes it so much fun, and which I really enjoyed, and I mentioned at the beginning, is it really keeps you guessing. You don't know who these 3 guys are and why they're trying to kill them. Are they just cultists? Are they psycho? Are they, have they been hired by somebody? Is there something going on here that we don't know? Is the dad maybe involved with the mob somehow? Like, you just have no idea. I mean, I was just speculating through the roof while we were watching. Meanwhile, Skinslip and Stout are just laughing their asses off because they know exactly what's going on, and they're just enjoying watching me try to figure it out. And and that was really a large part of the fun, was trying to figure it out. And then when it finally is revealed what's going on, didn't see it coming. And it made perfect sense. Very, very satisfying explanation for what was going on. Yeah, so I definitely recommend You're Next. If you enjoy a good, tense, suspenseful, well-shot, tongue-in-cheek, black humor, home invasion movie, then this is your movie, man. This is it. Alrighty, that is it for this review. Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time. So quick thanks to my Patreon sponsors, especially Kyle Pellegrini and Get Your Gorgeous On, the wonderful e-mag maintained by Michelle O'Toole and Simon Hedger. Thanks for the support, guys. Alright, we'll see you next time. Until then, thanks for watching, and sayonara. So we start off with a good old-fashioned family reunion in the big old family homestead? The big family whorehouse. The homestead.